Guys, with Christmas coming very soon, right around the corner here, I got the perfect gift for you here. This right here is the Cove Commuter 2.0. They actually have a short run of 4 exclusive colors, and these are honestly for the girls around the shop. They got sand, stone, terracotta, and concrete. But what's so impressive about it is actually the performance. Now these things work over 10 meters away, and we've actually done it as far as about 60 feet, which is twice that. Really, really convenient. They're also water resistant as well. Being able to split these things apart and put them in different sizes of the room is absolutely awesome. It's 360 degrees sound. Now, these things will pair with any smartphone, tablet, or computer. So it's not just a speaker. It's got a built-in mic, and you do hands-free calling. I've had so many people make comments about how they love their Cove speaker. It's about the size of a big tall boy, and it produces optimal sound for just about any space. So I actually fired these things up a little while ago, and Juan was super impressed. Not only is that performance good, we've gotten over 5 hours of playback out of these things. Now fellas, there is a very limited quantity of these 4 exclusive colors. In order to get 67% off, check out coveaudio.com/splitspeaker. You're gonna love this thing. Well guys, a couple years ago we started our YouTube channel with this very car, and now it's kind of a door is closing, a chapter is changing on all of Fasterproms here. So the little old Miata that could, pretty much, I think it's time for it to go. You know, we've had a lot of fun with this thing. I really don't have a lot of time to drive it, but it is an absolute ripper. I gotta go through a few little things, clean it up, and just go through a little bit of everything. But this is such an absolutely awesome car. I've had so much fun with it. So if you guys look back at some of the videos of what we've done with this car, this thing made right at 500 wheel when we first started with it, and we've made as much as 560 wheel horsepower. Did we make 580?
I think we made 580 on that crazy fuel.
Did it? Okay, so yeah, I think on methanol, when we were messing around with that, we made 580 wheel horsepower with it. And on nitrous, we actually made a little bit over 700 wheels.
Jeremy never wants to top off this car.
This is one of those things that it's like, it's really, the ventilation is so much better with the top off. Yeah, we got to clean her up here. So I had a little track day up in Georgia, and I had a lot of fun with this thing, taking it around a road course. It was an absolute beast, but let's go get this thing out of here.
That I can do.
I think it'd be easier to get it with the top off.
Yeah, you would.
Oh. Dang. I remember when I first met him, he let me rip on it. The thing was a rocket.
All right, so we had a little bit of a change of direction in things, and honestly, I couldn't be happier to see some of these parts go to the person they're going to.
Hello.
It's been a while, dude. So guys, a while back, we got all these parts from PFI. We got head gaskets, we got rods, pistons, and retainers, and some other goodies and stuff, but basically this was gonna go on Cater Tot. Cater Tot survived, and I'm totally happy with where it is. I don't really think it needs to be any faster, and
dude, tries to kill you every second.
Yeah, and I mean, so. you're too busy doing some other stuff, and that just got shelved. And I mean, you got a pretty cool project car.
Yeah.
So you're gonna K-swap the car we're gonna show, and it is a sick idea. It is definitely gonna ruffle some feathers here, I think.
People are gonna be pissed.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. You sold your Z car.
Yeah.
Made a
couple bucks on it actually, which was a surprise.
Very good.
So.
And I mean, they thought the thing was a rocket. Didn't have a clean quarter-mile pass with it totally, but I mean, honestly, should have been mid-10s, 133, 100, if everything worked totally good. But
yeah,
check out this upgrade here. You know, as my kids were growing up, we would call that a Sally.
Sally?
From Cars, you know? It's a Sally.
Never seen it.
Never seen Cars?
No.
Oh my God, dude.
My kid's a year old.
And you have a kid. All right, you have to, oh. You're failing as a, I'm just kidding. This is freaking awesome though. So K-swap this, turbo K-swap at that. Forged rods and pistons, dude. I can't wait to see what this thing is gonna do. So you said dumping this motor will probably fund.
It's a $9,000 motor as is.
That's freaking
so
nuts.
So this is the 3.2 liter flat 6, 5-chain motor. First year of the liquid cooled 911s. So, but these motors, everybody blows them up due to IMS bearing failures and stuff like that. So I literally just hinted at I was doing a K-swap online. I had like 20 messages saying, hey, what are you doing with your old motor, blah, blah, blah. So it's kind of going, leaving it in the car, you know, someone can come and test drive it, well, you know, all that stuff. So it's an easy sell.
I can't wait to see this, man. So Brent and Jamie are in town. This is the perfect time to do it. You're going to get busy on this in what, next couple weeks? Yeah,
I ordered my adapter plate, which is a 5-week lead time. I ordered that like 2 weeks ago. So right now I'm just collecting everything. I want to do it all at once. I don't want to just like have it sitting around for 6 months because it runs and drives and, you know, all that stuff.
So I got a question for you here real quick here.
Yeah.
I really want to port a K-Series head. Can we do yours?
I have 2 motors.
Oh,
I have a spare.
Let's freaking do this, man.
Yeah, I pulled one a couple weeks ago because it came up in the junkyard. It was a front end hit, and my first one I got was kind of grungy looking when I pulled the valve cover off. So I was like, I'll just keep it as a spare, you know, because I'm more than likely gonna blow it up at some point. But it's a $400 motor, so who cares, you know?
Yeah, but I mean like the forged rods and pistons. So you're gonna do like a basic one first? Is that what you're gonna do?
No, I'm gonna build the one that's going in it. I'm just gonna keep the other one as a, emergency backup plan in case something goes south. So.
Well, if you get the heads to us in the next little while here.
Yeah.
So Malik, the dude that we had done the M4, that thing made 920 on our dyno.
I heard.
And he is like, his tuner says this thing is freaking moving some airflow, and it's definitely big attribution to the cylinder head. So I think if we can, you know, help you make the same power at like 4 or 5 pounds less boost, that's less stress on the motor, I'd freaking love to do that, man.
Yeah, I'm shooting for 700.
Heck yeah.
Street car though. I want
that'll be so easy.
I want air conditioning, you know, all that stuff. Probably gonna run just a Haltech with a, you know, digital dash kind of deal, nice and easy. But yeah, it's gonna rip. I mean, that's the problem with these motors too, is you only get 300 horsepower out of them, out of the box. And to hot rod them is so astronomically expensive for what, 50, 60 horsepower? I mean.
And the trans that you're gonna run, are you gonna run the Porsche trans?
It's gonna be this trans, which is, some guys say it's good for around like 600-ish. So we'll be pushing the trans. I'm
honestly super excited to see this, and the fact that Brent and Jamie are here, I want to see this thing fly.
There's only
I want to drive it.
There's only 2 other K-swap 911s that I know of in the world. So yeah, it's a rare bird.
So Ben's going to be tearing down the Porsche in the next couple weeks here, and I can't wait to see his progress on that thing. I think he's going to be very much like I was when I got cater taught, and that, you know, we had a goal, and then it was a little bit of a moving goalpost. And the fact that, man, once you got to about this level, another 100 horsepower seemed a little bit better, and then maybe another 100 horsepower. So hopefully we'll end up pushing that thing to about 900 horsepower. However, I wanted you guys to check out something else I was working on that very same day.
All right, you guys might have seen when I was talking with Ben, that really sweet Blazer in the background right there, and I know you guys would have been asking about it. Plus, it is just an absolutely sweet gem right there. It's definitely some nostalgia. It kind of hits me in a different way. This is honestly probably the nicest Blazer that I've ever tuned, and it is a real sweet unit. Got Bluetooth. I mean, it is like brand new here. This is the owner right here. So you've been working on this thing for how long now?
I've been working on it 1.5 years. Took me about 6 months to get it bought.
What kind of condition was it in when you got it?
Frame was done. It had all the parts on the brake parts, and it had all the 4-link and all the drop stuff was on it.
You definitely can't find a flaw with it just about anywhere. The exhaust is absolutely beautiful as well.
79 Blazers. It's a Cheyenne. All the interior parts had to be redone. I found OEM panels for it.
These guys
did
are
all
here.
the door panels.
Okay.
And put Dakota Digital in it, vintage air, a 6.2 with a 4L65.
Yeah, let's take a look at it here. I know when we popped the hood, you were like, you better watch yourself, you're gonna lose some hair under that thing, and you were absolutely right. I hit my head about it like 3 or 4 times on it because that's as high as it goes right there. But yeah, we had a couple little things we had to tweak. Again, PCV system, some stuff like that. We had a problem with the mass air, but now everything is working really good. We still running stock injectors. We actually just maxed them out, but very nice setup. It's got a great sound. Actually, how about this? We fire it up for us real quick?
Sure. That's easy for it.
But definitely a very nice work of art here. So on something like this, I want to try and lower the idle as much as possible so it consumes a lot less fuel. And it had a really nasty odor, and we're still got a tiny little bit of odor, but she is vastly improved from where it was. But Great job on this, and honestly I was kind of shocked to see how nice it was when you brought it in, but again, thanks for bringing it in. I'm glad we got her tuned up. We got to go for a test drive though right now. All right, so we're gonna get this guy on the dyno, and I actually got to check out some other little pieces of information, just make sure it's still doing what it's supposed to do. We're actually up in Georgia, and you know, we went off-roading, did all that other stuff for Eliza's birthday and my birthday, and Juan was up there as well. On the way back, my wife's car, also known as the Porcupottomus, this thing makes 675 wheel horsepower. We actually were coming off a mountain and we heard this like really horrible screeching, and it turned out that it was the blower. It almost sounded like a siren in a way, but the blower locked up and we had to fashion up some stuff so that we could bypass the blower. And well, my wife's been driving without the blower for the last couple of weeks. So blower's got to come off. We're gonna go check it out, and we're probably just gonna run it naturally aspirated because she needs her car back. So we're gonna throw that intake manifold right back on there, and well, while you're doing that, I'm gonna kind of take everybody through what we do when we're not doing YouTube. So it's been a busy day here. So meanwhile, Juan's got this partially disassembled, and we're gonna put that back on, but we'll have it running here in just a short little while. I'm gonna start going back on that, check it, make sure it makes the same power that it should make. But in the meantime, let's check this out. So busy as ever. And right now we actually got a V6 airboat here. This is a pretty wild thing here. So this V6 is the direct injection version. It's very much like the 5.3s that are out there and like what we have in our S10. But it's very lightweight and very economical. It makes about 300 horsepower. All right, we're gonna check out this Miata, give her a little health checkup. It's been a while since I've had this thing on the dyno, but let's see what she's got here. So I went back through some of the videos of what we had done on the Miata way back then, and we actually made 535 wheel horsepower when we had just put the heads on. So we made 500 with the stock heads, and we had 535 with the ported heads on there, and then we ended up pushing it almost like 580 with the methanol. We're going to be cleaning this thing up and eventually probably gearing towards selling it. I've just kind of wanted to thin out the herd. I just don't have time for all these things. And right now I'm focusing mainly on getting all the work done at the shop. I've kind of had so much time split between YouTube and this. And yeah, you guys might be seeing me a little bit less. Tremendous blessings going through the shop right now. And I mean, everything is coming together incredibly well. And in that regard, I wanted to mention that I was going up to Pennsylvania. I'll be actually traveling up there, doing some work the 22nd through the 29th of October. Just email me at jeremy@fasterproms.net. Got most of my appointments pretty well booked, but if you guys wanted to check that out. And the plan is actually to have a track day about the 24th at Capitol Raceway in Maryland. Going to be taking some cars out there. If you guys happen to be up that way, check us out. 24th Capitol Raceway. I also got to get my truck all totally roadworthy in order to be able to take that trip. So the guys are tackling some of that right now.
So looks like you got, I had some worn out bushings, we had worn out shocks, and Jeremy's been bouncing around complaining this thing doesn't ride good, it's getting cupped on the tires.
Yep. So now we're gonna get a fresh alignment on the fresh toe pig, as Laz would call it.
This thing's gonna definitely need some TLC too. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be addressed.
He also was complaining about the brakes, wasn't he? Some heat stress.
We're getting this thing dialed in. He's got a quick trip coming up here soon. I'm sure you guys have seen post. He's gonna be going up to Pennsylvania doing some tuning, and he wanted to have a good ride up there, make it safe. So we're just going over that, and we gotta do fluids and all that stuff. Normal things. He's not towing, but still long drive.
So I got a completely new front suspension on the Silverado, and I'm very, very happy about that because it's been really wonky for a long time. this is pretty much all in just a day's work over at Fasterproms here. It's been a wild couple of weeks here. So guys, please check out some stuff that we got going on Instagram. We got a whole bunch of different things over on that aspect, as well as a little bit of previews of some stuff that we're going to be having in the future. So I wanted to thank you guys so very much for your support. It has been absolutely awesome. You can always check out our store to support us even further. I just ran across this gem, and this is Don't Tread on Me by Volbeat. And it's actually an old Metallica remake, and it is sick. God bless you guys. We'll see you next episode.